Hello, today I'm going to show you the keyboard that I bought off of Amazon. It's a FingerBallet keyboard. It came in this Amazon box on the outside, and on the inside it's packed inside this box. So this is the box that the keyboard is actually in. It's a folding keyboard. So I'm gonna take it out the box, and then we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna timestamp this video because this video is gonna be very long and show you exactly what this thing can do, okay? Okay, this is the full box for the keyboard, the folding keyboard. So we open up the box, and this is what we have inside the box. Okay, so when we open up the box, you're gonna get these keys to, these notes that you can stick on your keys on the keyboard if you need notes to show people. I won't need those, so I'm gonna put those aside. And then right here, we have a bag that have the accessory for the keyboard. I'll pull those out a little later on. And then right here, we have the bag. And under the bag, we have this stand to hold your notes when you're reading, your music. When you're reading your music on the keyboard, this is a little music stand. We have that, and then, as I said, we have the holding bag for the keyboard and the keyboard itself right here. So I'm gonna take this out the box because I'm holding the camera right now as we're doing this. I'm gonna take the bag and the keyboard out the box. Okay, here's the keyboard out the box and everything. It looks really, really nice. As you can see, one of the first things we want to do is see this blue tape. We want to take this blue tape off the keys. So you just grab this blue tape and just take it off your keys. Okay. So now that we got the tape off your keys, we can go on to the next step of this keyboard. Okay, this folding keyboard brand name is FingerBallet. So that's the keyboard, and these are some of the items that came in the box. The accessory, we have our sustain pedal right here for our foot. A clip to hold our music when we have it on the stand. The clip is for the stand. And then it comes with a USB-C charging cable. If the cord is kind of short, I think it's only about maybe 6 feet, if that. And if you want it longer, I suggest you get an extension cord, or I'm gonna put a 10-foot cord in the description so you can get a longer cord. And then it also comes with these headphones right here. Get a good look at the headphones. Those are the headphones. And it comes with after sales service, who you contact, for support if you have any questions of the keyboard. And then it comes with this little short manual kind of going over the basics of the keyboard and what it can do. As you can see on the back of it, it shows you this one to be your sustain for the sustain pedal, MP3 if you want to add music through it, a mic, your headphone, USB for, hooking it up to a computer and stuff like that. So yeah, this is pretty much a little short manual that you can go over. Tells you how to pretty much use the keyboard, but I'm gonna try to go over all this stuff with you so you can have an idea of what this keyboard will do. And like I said, I will put a timestamp on everything so you can get a good idea about this keyboard. Now let's take a better look. Okay, let's open up the keyboard. Now to open up the keyboard, you just kind of stand it up, and it just kind of come apart like this, and then you're gonna hear it lock. So now the keyboard is locked in place. and you have the keyboard. Now to unlock the keyboard, to go back, you see this little knob here? You just push down on this and the keyboard will fold back to the folding position. So what you do is you do like this, and that little hook right there will hook it and lock it into place. So that's how you open up your keyboard and lock it into place. Now on your keyboard, you're gonna see these two little notch on here, and that's for your stand. You just take your stand and you can just stick it in the notch, push down on it, and your stand is on your keyboard to hold your music. When you get your music, you put your music on it like that. I'm gonna take the stand off because I don't want the stand on right now. So you just pull up on it, take the stand off if you don't want the stand on, okay? That's how you put the stand on. Let's go over the buttons on the keyboard. This is your power button, and this is your controller for your tones, demos, record and play, and a metronome. Your keyboard comes powered up, so you don't have to really, you could charge it fully if you want to, but when you get it, you could just hit the power button and it comes on already, and the lights kind of flash all over the place when you do that. That's kind of interesting. And then, like I said, this knob here, okay, as I was saying about this knob, if you turn this knob and you don't touch any buttons, you'll see the volume go up or down. It goes from 0 all the way to 16, it looks like. So your volume will go up to 16 doing that. Now, if you hold the tone button next to it, it has 127 tones. But if you hold it down, you have to hold down the tone button to change the tone. So you got the piano and all the other different sounds that you can get to, like that. Now with the demo button next to it, if you tap it, let me turn the volume down. Oh, it's on volume 1. Okay, so it's not that loud. Okay, so I'm gonna tap the demo, and it's gonna start playing the demo. You don't have to hold the demo button to change the demo. It'll change. You can just go to different things. And as the demo's going, you can see the keyboard's lighting up to show you what keys to play on it. And yeah, I guess if you want to change the volume of the demo, you probably have to stop it and then change the volume. Okay, I guess you hit tone. Okay, in order to change your volume, you have to hit tone, and that'll change your volume. You have to hit tone to change the volume. During demo, whatever volume you have it set for, that's the volume it's going to play at. Let me see if I can change the demo volume by hitting tone. Yeah, I can change the volume once I hit tone. So you have to hit tone if you want to change the demo volume, and then hit demo to turn it off. Okay, the next feature I want to go over is the record play. Now, if you hold down the record button on here, you're going to see it's going to say record on. And when it says record on, you can and then you hit the so that's not so bad for the most part, but it does kind of, it is kind of bad, because what happens is when you hit the record button, you can't record over it. Like one part, you can't play one part and then play another part, because if you hold down the record button again, if you just hold it down it's going to say record on. And now if I try to record it again, it's just going to give me what I just did. So I can't make layers of recordings on this. And another bad thing about the record play is that once I turn off the keyboard and turn it back on, what I last played is no longer in the memory of the keyboard. So right now there's no record play. When I hit record play, it doesn't play it, so I would have to hold it again and get record play on here. Now I can record, but that's not too good. So that's a miss for me. I don't like that feature. I should be able to layer what I'm recording. On other keyboards, it allows you to do that. And then this is your metronome. You hit that, you get your quarter notes. It's kind of bright. It's not coming in, but it says 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. Those are your only metronome time. So you're kind of limited on your time. You're just going to have to break that down the best way you can with your metronome. So that's the record and the metronome feature. Okay, this is the back of the keyboard. This is where you put your sustain pedal at in this one. You can run your music through this one, MP3. You could put a microphone jack in here, your headphone, and as I said, the USB port. This one here is for like when you want to make your board become a MIDI board for your computer and other use like that, okay? So that's the back side of your Okay, I want to show you the texture of the keys. They have a funny texture feel to them, and it feels a little weird. As you can see, it has like a little, it feels a little different than a lot of other keyboards. So it's going to feel a little strange to you when you hit the keys. If you play keyboards before, this is going to feel a little strange to your hands, but you may get used to it. Now the keys are touch sensitive, like the lighter you touch it, you see how it sounds, and the harder you touch it. So that it's touch sensitive on the keys. So that's a good thing, right? Okay, I'm going to play a little something on the keyboard, see how it sounds. Yeah, that's how that sounds. Let me change this tone. Do a Rose piano. So it has some tones and stuff, and they're not the greatest, I'll tell you that. And the feel is not the greatest, but it does get the job done. Okay, to use the rhythm on this machine, what you have to do is just when it's in regular mode, just tap this button here and it'll start playing different rhythm, and then you can go through the different sounds. It has up to 127 different beats. So you can find your beat that you want, you know. So you go through here and find your beat. And if you don't like the, okay, here's a regular old beat. So let's say this is the beat you want, but the tempo's too fast or too slow. You want to hold down the button till you see tempo. Now once you see tempo, you tap the button again and you can change the tempo. To what speed you want it to go to, but you have to tap it. And then once you're done with all that, just hit the tone and you can play along with it, you know, whatever. And then you can tap it again, and you can turn it off. But you have to hit tone to be able to turn it off. Okay, so that's how you get to your drum beat rhythm. And if you want to get to your other things on this keyboards, other little sections like the drum kit, you just hold down this button. You're gonna see tempo, then you can turn it, split, chords. You have your learn, sustain, if you want to turn off your sustain pedal, a vibrato. Anything you see, you just have to tap it, and you can turn it on or off once you tap it. And then you can just tap it again, and then keep on going. There's your drum kit. You tap it, and then you can turn the drum kit on, and then you can play the drum kit. So that's how you do your drum kit. It's not the best sound as usual, but we can work on that later on, how to get better sounds out of this board. And then just go ahead and hit your tone kit to get out of the function, and just go ahead and be where you want to be. One thing I forgot to mention, if you just don't turn your drum off, your keyboards will still make the drum sound. So you do need to turn your drums off. So you hold the button, scroll over to your drum kit. Where's the drum kit at? Scroll over to your drum kit. Drum kit got to be here somewhere. Okay, there it is. No, that's velocity. Am I going too fast? Okay, that's the drum kit. And then you just tap it, turn it off. Now you can hit the tone, and you'll be back to your... Okay, there we go. Back to the keyboards. Okay. I have an external speaker right here. It's a Bluetooth speaker, but the keyboard will not hook up to a Bluetooth speaker directly. So with this Bluetooth speaker, I have a line in. So I plug the line in and put it on line. And then on my keyboard, I plug the line straight to the headphone jack. So let's see how the keyboard sounds through the Bluetooth speaker connected directly. Okay, this is what it sounds like with the external speaker that I just hooked up. Something like that. Sound a little better. Okay, this is one thing that I noticed about the keyboard that I think make it sound better for me when I'm playing it. If you hold this down, you're gonna get the tempo. We wanna go to the velocity. Right now the velocity is on. So what happens is, you know, it's touch sensitive like that. So when you turn it off, you tap it, and then you can turn it off. Now it's no longer touch sensitive. It's just the same thing. So I like that better than when it's on, because when it's on, it sounds like this. And I don't like, I mean, it's good for the touch, but I don't like it like that. I want the sound to come out every note. I want to hear every note. So personally, I like the velocity, and it works well when you're doing your chords too. Let me go to, the only thing I don't like, you got to go through all these wheels to find your sound that you want. But yeah, let me turn it down some. So it sounds better that way. Versus, I'm gonna hit the thing again, and we're gonna go turn it off. So we scroll to velocity, touch it. Oh, I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, velocity is on now. When I do it, so I don't know if you can really hear the difference, but it feels different when I'm playing it. So that's just something that I prefer. I guess you have to do it yourself. Maybe it's something I might need to get used to. It's something you may like. You see how the keyboards light up? If you don't want the lights on the keyboard, what you have to do is you have to hold this metronome down. Just hold it. And when you hold it, it's going to say LED off. Now when you hit the keys, there is no lights. So you don't have to see the lights if you don't want to see them. But if you want the lights, you just hold the metronome down and the LED will be on. So that's a cool little feature to turn the lights on and off. Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna try to hold it down, and now it's off. So what I wanna do is turn the piano off and see it turn it back on and see if the lights come back on. You may have to hold this every time you wanna turn the lights off once you do the piano. And that is exactly what I thought would happen. So every time you turn your piano off, you will have to hold this metronome down for LED off to get your lights off. So there you go for turning your lights off. Okay, this is how we're gonna get better sound out of this keyboard, which I was telling you. When you hook it up to your computer, I'm using a software called Reason. Now what I did is on the back of the keyboard, where you plug in the power, the USB, plugged into that, and then I plugged it into my computer. Now, the Reason software needs to find this keyboard so it can, use it as a controller. So what I need to do on my Reason software, I don't know what software you may have, but on my Reason software, I need to go to Edit, go to Preference, and then right here, it doesn't auto-detect the keyboard. I'm gonna press auto-detect. It won't find it when you press the surface. And turn the volume down on here all the way so you don't hear the actual speakers. So it's no keyboard was found through auto-detection. So we can't do it that way. So what I wanna do is just press on Add. I'm gonna add the keyboard. And then the manufacturer, I'm gonna select other MIDI controller for the keyboard. And then down here for MIDI input, I'm gonna select this channel here. That's my only option. So I'm gonna select that and then I'm gonna press OK. And now it's checked to use the MIDI, my keyboard as a MIDI thing. So what I'm gonna do is close that out. Now I'm gonna go up here to the top to create an instrument. And then these are my sound patch. So I can choose any keyboard right here. So I'm gonna just choose a stage piano. And then I'm gonna hit OK to load it. And now the sound is gonna come out of my little portable speaker up there when I hit it. Ooh, it's loud. So what I can do to control the sound is I come over here and I can, bring it down right here. And then I can come back to my keyboard. See, it's still touch sensitive. So if I don't want touch sensitive, again, I can come here, hold this down, turn it to velocity, tap it, and turn velocity off. Now when I touch it, it's gonna all be the same sound. I may need to turn this down just a little bit more because it's gonna be loud. Let me turn it down over here on the computer. Now when I touch it, it's see how it sounds better. It has a latency on it. I'm gonna hook this up to my MacBook instead of this computer here. The reason why I don't have a USB MIDI interface audio controller, which is right here, I normally hook that up and then go through that, so I don't have the latency when I touch my key. It ain't too bad. It ain't too bad, but it's all good. But if I want it, I could record right now and do what I want to do with this. So, and then I can always change the sounds and make my tracks and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is, the reason why I don't have the MIDI interface is because I had to have my key in so I can make it work on this computer. If I didn't have this key in, I could have hooked up the MIDI interface and see how it worked, but since I don't have it, oh well. Let me try something real quick. Okay, I did hook up the keyboard to my USB interface, so this is what it sounds like. Okay, I'm gonna play the same song that I played earlier. It sounds so much better. I'm going to show you how much better it sounds. I'm going to disconnect the speaker, hook it up to the computer. You're going to hear a little buzz. I know I should turn everything off, but whatever. I'll hook it up to the headphone. And now we're going to go with just the piano. Now, this is what it sounds like. Actually, it don't really sound too bad. Maybe my ears just, I don't know. But yeah. But it does sound good. You can record, so that's a good thing. I'm not going to connect this to my MacBook. The thing of it is you would hook it up the same way you did to the PC. But I do recommend that you get a USB interface so when you hit the keyboards, it won't have a latent defect. I mean, not a latent defect, but a latent lag on it to where when you press the key that you feel like the sound's coming out too late or whatever. So definitely get a USB interface if you plan on recording. And some of them even have software. I'm gonna put one on in the description below from Amazon where you can get a USB interface. It doesn't even cost that much, but you can get one and use it on your computer. And it comes with the software for recording. I don't know how it works, but they do have it. And if it doesn't work, you can always send it back. My final thoughts on this FingerBallet keyboard. For the price of $123 on Amazon, I love shopping Amazon. This is a pretty good keyboard. And once you get used to it and learn how to work it, it'll be perfect for you. I mean, the tones on it is not really all that bad for playing. It's decent overall. And I think it's a good buy for about, I think it's like $130 something out the door, from Amazon. So I would definitely recommend this keyboard. And even if you don't like the tones, like I said, you can hook it up to your computer with the MIDI software that you have and get better tones out of the keyboard, for your recording and stuff. But just for everyday practicing and learning new songs or whatever, this is a pretty good keyboard. I would recommend it. And it's portable. I mean, you can't beat it, I paid a lot more for keyboards that had less features than this before. Trust me. over 500 plus. So I would say do yourself a favor and get it if you don't have much money and you just want something to start off with. And even if you do have a lot of money, this could still be a nice keyboard for you to have. I mean, come on, it's only like $130 something. So yeah, I would say get this keyboard. So there's my review of the FingerBallet keyboard. I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck if you buy it. One more thing. I didn't go over GarageBand and Piano Perfect or whatever that other app that they say you can get with this keyboard, because when I try to use those particular apps, it just didn't seem like it was too user-friendly to me. I mean, you can hook them up and they will work, but I didn't go over that in this video because I couldn't get them to work for me. And I'm sure if I worked on it long enough, I could, but you know, just turn on your Bluetooth and find the keyboard and see what it does. Good luck. Bye again.